Exercise 5. A rocket is fired from a submarine that is located 500 meters below sea level. The trajectory of the rocket can be described by the function. We have the function here. It's the same function as in exercise 4, where x is the distance in kilometers and f of x is the height above the submarine. Okay, so let's have a look at this function. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. So menu, zoom out around here, and then I'm going to click escape and then do a box zoom. So I'm just going to zoom in on the most important thing of this curve. So left corner, upper left corner, and this corner. Okay. Escape to go out of the zoom mode, move the function over here. So this means that, let's read the question one more time. F of x is the height above the submarine. Okay, so there's a submarine here in the origin. And then, of course, it's below sea level. So where is the sea level? Sea level, let's see, the submarine that is located 500 meters below sea level. Okay. How far from the submarine along the sea level is the rocket reaching the water surface? Okay. So let's see if we can get the sea level in the same coordinate system, because that would definitely help us. Because if we just have this, then the submarine is launching the rocket, and it's going to go up here and eventually reach the sea level, and then it's going to be up in the air, and eventually it's going to come down and hit the sea, or go through the sea level and down below sea level again. So we have to add another function, not here. Click the tab key, and then it has to be the function y is equal to 0.5. Why? Because 0.5 is equal to 500 meters. 0.5, remember, it's in kilometers, so 500 meters is the same as 0.5 kilometers. So now we kind of have a better view of what's happening here. So the submarine is located here in the origin, and then it fires the rocket, and then here it reaches the sea level. Okay, and then up here the rocket is up in the air and eventually crashes down here, reaches the sea level, and then go down in the sea again. So the first question is, how far from the submarine along the sea level is the rocket reaching the water surface? Okay, how far from the submarine along the sea level is the rocket reaching the water surface? Okay, so this means that we're looking for this point of intersection. Okay, so since we have two graphs, I'm going to go analyze graph, intersection, go a little bit to the left, go a little bit to the right. Then we have the coordinates here for this point of intersection. So this means that, remember, x is the kind of the direction horizontally away from the submarine. So if we look at this x value, which is 0.5523, so 523 meters away in x direction. Okay, so 5a, just to draw a little sketch, here's the submarine. So the origin is here, okay? And then it launches the rocket, it goes up here and eventually reaches the surface. So we're looking for this distance, and the distance was 523 meters. 523 meters. B question. What is the height above sea level of the rocket when it is at its highest? Once again, we can find the maximum to start with, but that's not going to be our answer. Maximum. First, it asks us which graph. So since we have this graph and this graph, we first have to click on the blue F1. And then we say the lower bound and the upper bound. So here are the coordinates. What does this mean? Well, we'll look at the y coordinates because we're looking in this direction. So from here, kind of the level where the submarine is located, up to the highest point is 3 kilometers. But then we have to remember that the sea level is here 500 meters up. So it's really the distance from the sea level to this point. So it's going to be 3 minus 0.5. So B question, 3 kilometers minus 0.5 kilometers is equal to 2.5 kilometers. How far from the submarine is the rocket hitting the surface? Okay, so let's look again. Here where x is 0, we have the submarine. And then the rocket is hitting the surface again over here. So what's the x value for that point of intersection? We go again, analyze graph, and find the intersection. Go a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, and then we see the x coordinates here, which is 11.5. So that means the distance from the submarine going horizontally until we're just below this point of intersection. That's 11.5 kilometers away. Okay, so I'm just going to write the answer. C 11.5 kilometers. So you would write an answer and explaining also how you got this, or the way to get to the answer. Just writing down the answers here. So D, how far along the sea level has the rocket traveled above sea level before it hits the water surface? Okay, so this means that it's reaching the water surface here, and then it travels above sea level and then hits here. So what's basically the distance between this point and this point? And we see that over here the x value is 11.5, and here it was 0.523. So on question number D, it's going to be 11.5 minus 0.523 is equal to, we can just pretend that this is 0.5, then it's going to be 11.0, and then minus 23. So it's going to be 10.977 kilometers.